Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 vs 2 on Tartarus Centre. Playing on Team 2 as the Eldar, we've got Mad D-Star, and we've got Dantist playing as the Dark Eldar. Whereas on Team 1, playing as the Eldar, we've got Innocence, and we've got Equinox playing as the Dark Eldar. So, insert your fan fiction in the comments below. What reasons would there be for the Eldar team with the Dark Eldar, not once but twice, and then somehow end up fighting against each other? It's kind of like a rodeo in a way, you know, where people swap dance partners in the middle of it, and, you know, maybe that's what's happened. Who knows, but quite an exciting matchup all the same. We are seeing Innocence opening up with double plasma generators, which applies a quick tier 2. But, I mean, Tartarus Centre is an interesting map considering that everything's really, really close by. I mean, it's only a stone throw away from your opponent. And the Dark Eldar are known for their early game harassment, although, in saying that, you know, you would... oh, right, okay, fair enough, just going to go... Never mind early game harassment, just straight into tier 2. I assume you're then doing... No, you're not. You're going to go for some shenanigans, some Mandrake infiltration research. Get these guys maneuvering around and slicing and dicing things up. Already seeing some Mandrakes from Equinox over here, giving the Guardians a good stab in, and remarkable DPS on these guys against lowly armoured infantry. Dark Reapers will come over and see if they can push them off. But already... I mean, is that going to be full squad wipe? Oh, no, never mind. There's going to be one narrowly surviving. But they will get that decap, and I assume then probably run away. They will be able to keep up with them and shoot them down. In fact, actually, interesting that he's gone for... Or should I say Equinox has gone for Mandrakes in infiltration, as these guys, well, really can't keep up with the Dark Reapers. But I suppose maybe if they just ignore them and focus on the plasma generators and also the burn singers, that might be the way forward. Got a Warlock in for D-Star as well, so they will be able to spot those Mandrakes as they go about the wicked and foul business. Got a couple of bits and bobs to capture in the centre in the form of some strategic points and a critical location in the centre, as well as these far-flung critical locations. So important not to forget about those as the critical location countdown victory condition is on. Burnsinger teleporting away from all this nonsense. The one Burnsinger has been killed. And the Mandrakes, unable to sustain themselves against all this firepower, will fall back. But yeah, it does seem that both teams have got one teammate going for a quick tier 2 and the other just chilling out, engaging in some early game bashing and stuff, which makes sense. You know what I mean? You don't want both your players quick teching or both your players stalling in the early game. Which is fair enough. Dark Reapers will see if they can come on over and put some pressure. There's got relics to play with. Does every player... Yeah, so every team's got one natural that they could just have just for funsies. They've got to fight for these second ones in the middle. Also reminds me of some sort of street football court in a way. All that paint on the floor. Innocence has been chased around by... Who are you? By Dantist. Getting the same amount of stabbings in as happened on the other side. Infiltrated Mandrakes doing what they can. They could probably... They'll have been chased away by Dantist over here. And over on this side, Dark Reapers are engaging in some power bashing themselves. Mandrakes getting the same levels of slicing and dicing on the go for them. Bringing a lot of their models down to about half health. We'll start running away and seeing maybe if they can take on stuff going on over here. They're about to decap, or should I say recap, or not even recap, just regular capping of this relic. But will they? Oh, they won't be able to spot them because they're infiltrated. Dark Reapers on their own need to put on their spectacles to be able to see stuff. Also can't decap that as Tower of Loving has now been placed on top of it. Guardians attempting to shoot them off. Double Mandrakes causing them some issues in the base. Mandrakes have been spotted, but the Guardians don't quite have that DPS to be able to push them away. Could do some grenades on them. Not sure if they've already gone for some grenades or whether they're just deciding to kick them in the face instead. Viable strategies all around. Viable strategies indeed. The Northern team, though, will spot that the Eldar over here have teched up. And now some Warp Spiders on the way. Scourges from Dantist. Powerful Dark Lances to break through the buildings. They'll be able to jump in and out. Lickety split. Also plenty of structures for them to jump around on as well. Jump on top of bits of bobs. Actually, can you jump on top? No, I don't think you can, actually. Don't think you can. These guys are going to politely ignore the infiltrated Mandrakes. And the thing about infiltrated units is that they don't tie up the enemy in close combat. So it's a benefit that they can't be seen and they could just cut away at their heart's delight. But does reduce their tying up capabilities, so it is a bit of a trade-off you've got to pay attention to. These guys are just trying to clear out the enlisting posts in the middle here. And they are the perfect unit for doing it, really. Quick to redeploy if they get out of position. Mandrake's no other option but to go back home. Now we're seeing, yeah, we're going to see tier 2 for Equinox here. And I assume for you, yeah, for you as well. These players are very high level, so you all expect them to all be doing relatively the same thing at the same time, as their build orders are on point. Gonna carry on going forward, making sure that no strategic point is left unturned. And Equinox in a real bind here. He's got a lot of fighting stuff going on over here, but nothing to defend at home. Torture Slave trying to hobble away in the corner, as the plasma generator is slow but surely killed it. Also, that Hall of Blood is going to go down as well, sir. Massive pain in the backside. All the Warp Spiders jogging on over. I'm not sure if 8 Warp Spiders is going to be killing all this stuff, but there are a lot of Dark Lances. Although, mind you, I suppose, yeah, they've got 4 in that unit. 4 in that unit, 2 in this unit. So a lot of their actual DPS is going to be building and vehicle orientated. We've killed that Blood Hall. And the Dark Eldar are in dire straits, but there are plenty of Mandrakes doing exactly the same. I mean, while that was going on, the Dark Eldar were able to take them into tier 2, but they are preventing the Eldar over here from doing exactly the same. They are about to finish their Soul Shrine. Slave Chamber being presented down over onto here for reasons. Not sure why that's there, but may as well. While you're knocking around in the neighbourhood, Mandrake's running away as best they can. After being rebuilt over on this side. Scourges, absolute nuisance so far. Warp Spiders will win in a firefight against them. And when they jump away, the Warp Spiders can just jump after them. But then again, do you want to charge all your... Oh, yeah, yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's a bit risky. He didn't know what was around the corner. A couple of models, and now he's able to... Oh, he's going to continue the charge, right? So these Scourges can't escape anymore. They've used all the jumping juice, and one whole squad wipe going on down there. Lovely little pickup for the Warp Spiders. We'll continue the action. And are there... Oh, there's 3 Warp Spiders. Okay, fair enough. Although there are only 2. But 3 Warp Spiders is a deadly blend of herbs and spices. Warlock really coming in clutch for D-Star here. Mandrake's currently not really being all that effective at this point in the game. Over here, the Fire Dragons getting some sweet revenge on Dantist. As death and destruction fall in their wake. Warp Spiders was also spreading out across the battlefield. Could do with actually moving in here and maybe supporting their Mandrake comrades. They come in and start firing at these guys while they're running away from the Mandrakes. That would definitely be an amazing wombo combo of units. Also got the Archon in here, but unable to really do much against the Warp Spiders. I mean, even if you go for vehicles, they can go for the hairwire grenades and triple grenades against one. Whatever. Well, I mean, I suppose whatever the Dark Eldar go for, unless it's their tier 3 vehicles, will probably die to that. And vehicles, when you've got double Fire Dragons knocking at the door, probably isn't the best thing. Got some Howling Banshees, yes. That's what we'd like to see. Let's keep on top of those Warp Spiders. Combat Jug's been activated by the Witches. They're going to run forward. Warp Spiders jumping straight back over. Now they're going to collapse on top of these Dark Reapers. One squad of Dark Reapers engaging these guys into close combat. And a nice turnaround there. If there's lots of DPS coming in over here, just disengage for the moment. Wait for that ability to change, then come back in. Howling Banshees screaming at the top of their lungs for retribution, for justice. Warp Spiders using all the jumping juice. They've got nowhere to run now. Warp Spiders on the left-hand side been stunned by the Archons. I mean, whatever you call that ability. He's down. Well, one model is down there. And what looked like a really promising push from the Eldar, it's now turned into a bit of a sour patch for them. Well, the Mandrakes, they're having fun. They're just always in the background. Whenever... I mean, I suppose, yeah, it's kind of like as if Innocence is really just providing the bulk of the firepower at the moment, making sure that these guys' attention is split elsewhere. And then these Mandrakes are coming up the rear and, well, just doing all sorts of stuff. Harlequin, the perfect counter for the Mandrakes. After all, they need to get in close combat to stab things, and so does she, but she knocks them around. She can also detect infiltrated units as well, so that is double good for her. But on the left-hand flanks, the Eldar continue their push, and there's plenty of stuff for them to kill. It'll take these guys a while to come in to respond to, so do they call the bluff and continue on into here, or do they not? They come back home and defend their own stuff. Dark Eldar here, not having the best of times, in all honesty. They've now got their Hall of Blood back. They've got a homunculus laboratory as well, but not seeing incredible amount of stuff going on. Quick economy check for the moment. We've got 85 and 60 and 74 and 40 compared to 98 and 50 and 98 and 60. So that's yeah, that is an economic advantage to the Northern people. Hold on. It's getting me confused. Yes, the Northerners, they've got better economy, but not for long. All this stuff going on inside the base, but the exact same thing is going on for them. So tit for tat, I has to be sent back to the shadowy regions of Tier 1. That Soul Shrine been taken offline. Wraithlord coming out to play, but against all these Scourges, won't be surviving very long. In fact, this support portal also won't be surviving very long. So the Fire Dragon's going to stay behind, do some damage. Also going to build up a support platform inside the base. Mad D-Star coming in for defense. And I assume then the... Where have the Warp Spiders gone? Did they die? Can't imagine they died. Oh, no, they're using Eldar trickery. Right, okay. That makes sense. They came back somewhere. They're just leaving things, actually. They're about to lose their webway assembly. Wouldn't advise it. Would not advise it. But then again, in saying that, Dark Eldar are about to lose their Cabal Fortress. They have built... Oh, no, you're not recruitment building. That might be it. There might be both teams deciding, okay, well, we've got a good fighting force already on the battlefield. If we just allow our base to get destroyed, we could then rebuild it later on somewhere else. And the Eldar over here, do you still have a builder somewhere? I've got a builder over here. Also looking for that Shroud ability research. Hoping to maybe do some cockroaching in the corners of the map. All the blood. Yeah, interesting. That was a base trade that I don't know if it puts these guys in better or worse positions. Like I say, they do have a good amount of people on the battlefield at the moment. Over here, the Mandrakes just running about mindlessly, but they are getting those listing posts destroyed and those strategic points decapped. That's pretty good. Alien Banshees attempting to charge in a massed infantry formation, but shot down remarkably quick. Here comes a Falcon Grav tank with a squad of Dark Reapers in there. And all this right here is heavy infantry, which is quite resistant. But I suppose all this stuff is also heavy infantry, but Witches and Scourges, from what I can gather, do tend to die a little bit quicker than most of the faction stuff. And, I mean, they are able to reinforce, regardless of what tier they're in. It's not the end of the world. Oh, we are seeing D-Star with the massively upgraded Howling Banshees. Got the power swords and everything. Putting things up. Which is... Now, if they activate their combat stimulants near the other Eldar... In fact, does the buff carry on to other factions that you're allies with? Remember it happening in other things? Does it happen only in Unification there? Or Ultimate Apocalypse? Maybe it doesn't happen in Soulstorm. I'll be getting confused. Yeah, the Fire Dragons have seen the Homunculus Laboratory, will attempt to take it down, but the Scourges are not having any of it. Eldar are now being forced backwards by the sheer amount of lads and lasses coming towards them, but constantly repositioning themselves. Hellion's been taken out. Guardian's over here, soon to be killed as well. Alien Banshee's not giving up there. But they will probably get a squad wipe there. much like their guardians. I do apologise.
There is wisdom in your words.
One is quite tired at the moment. Harlequin is continuously causing issues for these mandrakes, but the mandrakes have already basically paid for themselves at this point. They have been such a pivotal way of keeping that Eldar economy on the lowdown. And now it's all free real estate over here. Got the... Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that. There was a moth in my room and it was bothering me. Constantly fluttering around the screen, so I had to end it in a most civil manner. Either way, combat's happening again. Lots of stimulus happening here. Warp spiders been stuck in place. And while the witches are only engaging in ranged combat, that is because that the warp spiders will just basically reposition themselves. So may as well stand still to get that pistol damage in. And the pistol damage for them isn't actually terrible. Actually does a little bit more damage than the close combat stuff. And also the witch, what you call the witch succubus, is down with a big gun as well. Quite powerful range stuff. Warp spiders are struggling to stay afoot here. They are splitting off in all different directions, trying to confuse people. Good lord, the Harlequin killed these mandrakes, man. These are absolute epic stuff from Equinox here. Making sure that that Eldar player is constantly looking over their shoulders. But where have you not rebuilt anything major then? Have you not got your Wraithburn dude? Oh, what are they called? Oh, blimmin', I forgot what they're called now. The builder, the Eldar builder, hiding inside the webway gate. It's got the Cabal Fortress being built up over on this side. The Dark Foundry, allowing the Eldar, or the Dark Eldar, sorry, to remain in the game. Fire Dragons for Innocence, rolling around, and they've spotted the Dark Foundry and will take it on. Imagine that they will also know that there's a Cabal Fortress going on in here as well. It's not been built yet though, so if they're able to come in, do some damage to it, it will definitely be a fine thing indeed. Counter-offensive, triple Vipers roaming on inside of Equinox's base. And well, yeah, they've got missile launchers on them, so pretty good at taking on buildings themselves, but trying to avoid prolonged combat with these witches. There's other stuff that they can destroy.
Your song shall guide.
Fire Dragons over here have not quite managed to get that Dark Foundry. And so, oh, where's my camera going? It will be falling back. Some nice donations been sent around as well, as there's plenty of green money to be had from Innocence here. Making sure that no towers of loathing have been built on this side of the map for now. One squad of warp spiders on their own. In a pack of 3, they're quite deadly, but riding solo, I find it a bit difficult to take most things on. And the length of that stun is incredible. Finally able to teleport away, but not after losing a fair few models.
Quickly take us to the battle.
Which is from Equinox, keeping on the toes of these Vipers. Vipers haven't really managed to kill anything of value so far. Oh no, they killed this Tower of Loathing down here. That's good for them. Good for them indeed. Would have been amazing if they were able to get a decap, but Vipers cannot decap stuff, not like the jet bikes or other bits. While taking one missile launch to the face while the Vipers fly away. The warp spiders over here. Not sure what you're doing actually. Ideally, you want to keep all your warp spiders all together. And the Dark Eldar are now able to reclaim their rightful place in the galaxy. Back in their home turf. Is the Eldar over here doing that? No, he's not. And I think that's one thing that Innocence is losing out on at the moment. He's got lots of money, but he's been spending a lot of it on reinforcing these warp spiders. Might have been a benefit to him if he kind of just chilled out for the offensive for a little bit. I mean, obviously after killing the Dark Eldar stuff, but then just rebuilding his stuff, maybe inside his allies' base, might have been the play to make. But that's a lot of Dark Eldar from Equinox. A lot of Dark Eldar indeed. Hellions decapping and recapping his points. as the Vipers make short work of the Witch Cult Arena. Oh dear, it's about to go for the upgrade for the extra health for commanders. No mass, no pass. Dark Eldar of the northern team. Just falling back into safe grounds for now, waiting for some reinforcements. There's the reinforcements right there. Blasting them all apart. Missiles don't do amazing damage against infantry, but it's all about that knockback. The more knockback there is, the less damage that's outcoming from them. Dark Reapers. Oh, Dark Reapers, you are Scourges. You like Dark Reapers, but with wings, I suppose.
Incoming enemy fire.
Getting into position. One's got the Hellions
The Eldar
chasing around Equinox's Archon. Knocking them all over the shop. And it looks like a positional engagement going on here.
Eldar control this place.
Not like your traditional kind of engagements where it's just army to army fight each other. It's everyone just kind of seeing what kind of formation would work best for them. Quite surprised I'm not seeing these witch squads just charging straight into the Scourges. The idea would be for these guys that you would have like a firing line here, firing line there. Obviously these guys Scourges maybe down here, it's all Vipers and stuff. You've got your witches over on this side adjacent to the Scourges. You put them in melee combat, charge them in. These guys will then jump away. But then when they jump away, you pull the witches backwards. And then your firing line is this long. These guys are about half length. Because you've chased away half their firing line. If I'm making any sense. I could be talking absolute rubbish, but I'm fairly certain that would be the way to do it. But in saying that, that does require quite a lot of team organisation. Good lord. Those Vipers spreading the Dark Eldar like butter on a slice of bread. Just considering a rude joke there, but I'm not going to. I'm a professional. We'll keep things PG, thank you very much. I know where your brain was going. The Vipers keeping those guys steady while... Where am I going? While all this nonsense is going on, yep. The Warp Spiders once again been caught out by that Archon. And now also got some D-Star Warp Spiders to give him a taste of his own medicine. And do they get the squad wipe? They do indeed. Huge stuff going on there. Bone Singer, you're here. But you've also got another one as well, so... Not too worried if this one dies, although would ideally like it to not die. Do you manage it? Oh, these guys have just been polite. That's very nice of them. Now I've also rebuilt all their stuff way on the corner here. And it's really hard to say who's on top at the moment. It's been a very hodgepodge game so far. Not often you see a base trade not end in a quick game over. In a 2v2 scenario at the very least. I'm much preferring the Northern team's unit composition. They've got the manoeuvrability with the Warp Spiders and the Vipers and the Scourges and also the Witches. So very fast, high tier play to be expected. Warp Spiders going 1 versus 2 over on this side. The Bonusing of Innocence trying to keep away from these guys. But once again, that Archon being the death of Innocence, really. That's the... I mean, it's the second squad he's had wiped through that maneuver. It was almost free earlier on. And now what have you got on the battlefield at the moment, actually? You haven't got that much. You've got for vehicle upgrades. Also now going to start going for those aspect stones. Best spend your money as quickly as you can. Might be an idea actually to build a second aspect post as well. Just so you can double your production for all that coinage is worth. Vipers defensively jumping back into their home base. As Equinox inspires everyone. Huffing of all the chemicals known to man. Taking down another listing person. We're not going to stay around for too long. Those triple Warp Spiders now also fully upgraded with all their squad members. It's going to be a difficult thing to take on.
We are taking damage.
Good use of the webway gates there from Innocence. Making sure that he's able to attack from all kinds of angles if he has got webway gates knocking around their area. Dark Eldar falling back to the relic on the right hand side, but the Eldar are just going to come in and do some damaging nonsense. Do you have any builders left? Oh, we've got one down here. But just the one. Quite risky letting the Cabal Fortress go so low. And also not the money to repair it, really. So that's now down. That's a major loss for the southern team here. And the Eldar just kind of walking in unopposed here. But these guys can't really do anything against this unit composition. Warp Spires will kill them and reposition. Vipers will knock them back and also reposition. So, potentially being outmaneuvered there, really. And also the Dark Eldar over on this side. Innocence has now gone all his... should I say, he's got all of his Warp Spiders. But now he's alone. Alone in this world. And with the Seer Council also making their way down towards the Eldar base. It's going to be a very uphill battle. Have you rebuilt all your tech and stuff? You've only got your Cabal Fortress. Oh, you've got your Dark Foundry up here as well. Which has been shot down as quickly as they can. Also, oh, the Warlock managed to get some netting on them. Netting? Tombs? In whatever entanglement? I don't know. Either way, Dantis is struggling against this firing line. But, oh, mind you, they're in the heavy cover at the moment. They've got a good chance of doing all right, relatively speaking. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, the Vipers, that's what's really doing them in. Their inability to concentrate fire for too long without being knocked over is a real sad time for them. The Warp Spiders just clearing up for teleporting away to cause issues to these Warp Spiders here. That looks like an army wipe from my perspective. So now it's just a case of cracking open the webway gates, seeing what juicy things are inside, but I don't think anyone's inside the webway gates at the moment. We can check. Oh, there is. Are you the Bone Singer? That time forgot. It's potentially. Right, Prism. Nice idea if there wasn't so many Scourges. Yeah, the mass Scourges really prevented the Southern team from going too heavy on the vehicle stuff. And what an interesting game that was. Powerful. Early game harassment from whatever your name was. Sorry, you're not here, so I can't double check your name. But yeah, those knifey people, really good job at keeping this Eldar player occupied. But the moment they lost their kind of foothold inside the Eldar base, that allowed them to then concentrate on other things like sandwiching Innocents down here. And yeah, and again, the base trade. It happens sometimes, sometimes the best time is to let your own base die and decide to kill their base as well. But then the moment that you had the opportunity, you should have really started rebuilding it. In my honest, humble opinion, I could have been wrong. But hey, that is the way of things. So thank you so much, boys and girls, for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. And it's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.